Well, ladies and gentlemen, another show is in the books. Uh, well, with that being said, welcome one and all to the official uh, Royal Rumble Royal Rumble review 2023. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the co-host of the contracts, Gary. Welcome to the contracts.
My man, Costa. Yo, what's good?
Not much, man. You ready to get into this?
Let's do this shit like Brutus, you know it.
All right. Well, to start things off was the men's Royal Rumble match. Now, I'm gonna try and get through this as quick as I can. I'm gonna just, say who was in there, and maybe a little something in between. Comment if you have anything to say. Feel free to chime in. Anyways, number one was Gunther. Number two was Sheamus. Number three was The Miz. Number four was Kofi Kingston. Number five was Johnny Gargano. Number six was Xavier Woods. Number seven was Karrion Kross. Number 8 was Chad Gable. Number 9 was Drew McIntyre. Number 10 was Santos Escobar. Number 11 was Angelo Dawkins. Number 12 was Brock Lesnar. He
13.
No, hold on. He went and ran roughshod on a few people. Tossing a couple of them over the top rope before the next pick was, funny enough, Bobby Lashley. Then Baron Corbin. After Brock got eliminated, he threw a tantrum and started destroying shit. And unfortunately, Baron Corbin was caught in the crosshairs. To which he hit Corbin with he hit Corbin with an F5. So he was pretty much knocked out for a good minute.
That's correct.
Yep. Next up was Seth Rollins, who picked up Corbin, got him, and then threw him in the ring, and then promptly got him thrown out. Up next, Otis. Number 17 was Rey Mysterio. However, he did not come out. His music played, but he did not make an appearance. So, everybody, including himself, wondering where is he, what happened. But we wouldn't be wondering for long, because number 18 came out, which was the answer to the question, which was Dominic Mysterio, who came out wearing Rey's mask. And then little funny tidbit during this time was he was struggling like crazy to rip apart Rey's mask. I don't know what material Rey has for that mask, but people ought to use that for their clothes so they don't have to worry about it ripping. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying for real.
Number 19 is Elias. Number 20 was Finn Balor. Number 21 was Booker T. Number 22 was Damian Priest. Number 23 was Montez Ford. I'll admit, I was very disappointed at how short Montez lasted in the Rumble. I thought he was he was gonna be in there for a while doing some nice stunts and whatnot.
I'm with you on that.
Well, it's okay. Um, no, number 24 was Edge. Number 25 was Austin Theory. Number 26 was Omos. Number 27 was Braun Strowman. Number 28 was Ricochet. Number 29 was Logan Paul. Logan Paul and Ricochet had a wonderful, absolutely wonderful spot where they were both on different sides of the ring, standing on the apron. Then they both tried to go for a springboard move in midair, only to collide with each other. And
honestly speak,
no, go ahead.
Honestly speaking, that's probably like one of the best parts of the Men's Royal Rumble, because this year's Men's Royal Rumble kind of was a bit okay, not so good.
Yeah, but I can't help but bring reference to when Ricochet did something similar to that with Carmelo Hayes.
Oh yeah.
And Carmelo Hayes did the same. Said the same thing on Twitter. So Ricochet Logan, he'll be sending y'all an invoice. You're welcome. And then finally, number 30 was pretty much what was pretty much the most predictable person everyone knew, Cody Rhodes.
Exactly.
And the match came down to Cody Rhodes and Gunther, and to quite a few people's dismay, not everybody, but a few, Cody Rhodes won. Now, first
right.
First off, before I address that, let me first start by giving Gunther his flowers, because this man was a workhorse. You talk about a hard, dedicated worker, man. This dude damn near went wire to wire, putting on a show for the whole match, man. And not only did he do that, he broke Rey Mysterio's record for the longest time in a Royal Rumble match, because he was in there for 70 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes, man. He did that damn thing, man.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
And honestly, I think he was more than deserving of winning the match.
All right.
But he's still the Intercontinental Champion, so it's not a total loss. So he can keep he can keep it up as the reigning IC champion. Maybe one day beat the Honky Tonk Man's reign.
Oh yeah.
But again,
that's great.
Good on him. Now, let's address the elephant in the room with Cody Rhodes. Now, I will say this: for the most part, I had no problem with him winning, but a good amount of people did, which I understand why. The reason why is because it was about as predictable as Batista winning the Rumble many years back.
Right.
And so, people were complaining about it,
Right.
And part of me sees, part of me understands him winning, but I was also thinking about what if he didn't win, which would have me think, where would he go from here? He'd have no story. He doesn't have a storyline, so it's not like he would know, I mean, he'd have any direction or what he should do,
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
decent match. Moving on, we had Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in the pitch black match. And first off, before anything else, let me say that this match was a lot better than the House of Horrors match. Oh my god. Oh my I loved this match. Oh my, you talk about a match being short and sweet. This was it right here. Oh my god. I loved this. And it, oh my god. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm having a hard time trying to find the words, man.
It's all good.
It's just, don't get me wrong, I've seen glow in the dark stuff before. Shout out to Naomi, but freaking, it's just what they did for this match, as far as glow in the dark goes. It was just so awesome,
exactly.
man. I don't care what anybody says. It was just so awesome. Oh my god. Freaking the ropes were glowing. Freaking Bray Wyatt had face paint on him that was glowing. LA Knight's gear was glowing. The ropes were glowing. Hell, someone even pointed out that there was a dude in the crowd whose shirt was glowing as well.
Oh wow.
And you know what? There was a missed opportunity that they should have did, in my opinion. But it's not that big of a deal. But the missed opportunity is that they should have had the ref shirt glowing as well. I'm not saying I'm not saying the whole shirt has to be glowing. I'm saying, like, how ref shirt is striped, have one set of the stripes be glowing and then the other, regular,
Exactly.
But man. And for all y'all 2K fans that saw this match, tell me, I can't be the only one that wasn't getting freaking Park After Dark vibes from it. Come on now. I can't be the only 2K fan that, NBA 2K fan, that was getting Park After Dark and Beats by Night vibes. Come on now. Like, I know you played 2K. I know you had to be getting Park After Dark vibes, humble man.
Oh, of course. Yes, I was.
And then anyways, before I start gushing all over this match any further, the match did end with a Sister Abigail from Bray Wyatt, but that wasn't it. Because after the match, Bray Wyatt put on some weird looking mask, and at first, because his back was to the camera, I thought he had the Fiend's mask, but nah, it was a different mask, and needless to say, the mask scared the shit out of LA Knight. To which he took a kendo stick, which was also glowing, looking like a freaking lightsaber, and tried to hit. And tried to hit. Actually, no, he didn't try. He did hit Bray Wyatt with it multiple times. However, it had no effect on him. Then he finally then he put him. Then Bray Wyatt put him in the mandible claw, and to which now he was now laying down on some sort of platform. To which then Uncle Howdy pulled up and did some. Honestly, I compare his dive to a trust fall. That's basically what it looked to me. But anyways,
Right.
he did some sort of like trust fall dive onto LA Knight through the platform, caused an explosion, flames to go up with
Yeah, that is correct.
Bray Wyatt and the puppets from the Firefly Funhouse looking on. Absolutely
Oh
wonderful.
yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Superb work. I loved every bit of this, man. This couldn't have gone any more perfect.
That's correct.
And and also I absolutely love the spot where the announce table spot where
Oh yeah.
after they went through it, freaking there was glow in the dark confetti.
Oh yeah.
My only problem is why the hell didn't they clean it up after the match was over? Like while the video package was going on for the next match, why didn't they clean it up?
I was wondering that same thing.
But whatever. Anyways, moving on. We had Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. I'll admit, what I'm about to say, it honestly really isn't fair, considering the last two matches were absolute bangers. But this match sucked.
Oh shit.
Like seriously, for like how for how I expect matches to go, when it features these two separately,
Right.
and then Bianca can normally put on a great match, and Alexa can normally put on a great match, and then for them to both face off, they put on a decent enough match. But this ain't it, man. This was bad.
Right. That's a fact. I mean, it was alright.
Like whatever magic they had or were looking for, like it almost felt like they weren't trying.
Exactly.
But and with the lack of what I have to say, yeah.
Right.
Bianca won with the KOD to retain the title. Congrats to her.
Right. Oh yeah. Congrats to her.
But then there was a little something interesting that tried to make up for it, where while Alexa was still in the ring, licking her wounds after the loss. A weird video package was playing that was all distorted and whatnot, like how for Bray Wyatt. But it was basically Uncle Howdy questioning Alexa Bliss if she truly thinks in her heart of hearts that she's that she has control, that she's under control.
Is that right?
Personally, I think what should have happened after that was after it stopped playing, she should have like gone into a trance and started wilding on everyone in sight instead of just looking at the screen,
Right. Exactly.
But maybe they'll fix it for the next match she has or they have or whatever.
It probably will.
Yeah, major letdown.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Up next, we had the women's Raw Rumble match. So same deal as last time. I'm gonna name all the people and whatnot. Anything I have to say in between, I'll say it. If Humble Man got anything to say, he will too. So let's get it. Number one was Rhea Ripley. bit of side note. Um, Rhea was clutching her stomach because during the men's Royal Rumble, she came and interfered in the Judgment Day in helping the Judgment Day eliminate Edge. And
Right.
during which a returning Beth Phoenix pulled up and speared her. So 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 yeah, so yeah, there was that. Number
Correct.
number two was Liv Morgan. Number three was Dana Brooke. Uh, Lord knows how. This was her first appearance ever since she lost the 24/7 title. Uh,
No word.
yeah. Number four was Emma. Number five was Shayna Baszler. Number six was Bailey. Number seven was B-Fab. Side note for B-Fab, this was her first televised match on the main roster from what I remember. Definitely her first pay-per-view match. She had a decent showing, but she wasn't really there long, unfortunately.
Oh wow, yeah, exactly.
Um, Number 8 was Roxanne Perez. Number 9 was Dakota Kai. Number 10 was Io Sky. Number 11 was Natalia. I remember for a good minute I was wondering where the hell was she. Like I had completely forgotten that Shayna Baszler injured her. You know. See,
Yeah.
honestly, they should have had Shayna constantly bragging about injuring people. That way, it could have still been fresh in my mind for all this time that Shayna had injured her. You know.
Exactly.
But either way, it was so great to see her back.
Oh yeah, it really is.
Number 12 was Candice LeRae. Number 13, Zoe Stark.
Oh, you make these. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number 14, Xia Li. Number 15, Becky Lynch. Freaking Damage Control and her. They honestly, I don't unless she gets some serious backup, this ain't never gonna end well for her. And I'm just saying that, man. I'm just keeping it 100.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, now go ahead. Go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to say, like, yo, I mean, that, like, that's crazy. Like, that the Women's Royal Rumble was kind of like, kind of like a bit, like, it was kind of like a bit, like, better than the men's, honestly. And continue with who was the next numbers?
All right. Number 16 was Tegan Knox. Number 17 was Asuka. Side note with Asuka, for those of y'all who followed Asuka back in Japan, she came back with an old look,
Yes.
where she came looking like her old persona, Kana. Absolutely evil.
Yes.
With along with the frightening face paint and mask to go with it, she was definitely a scary sight to behold.
Right.
Very welcoming. Number 18 was not Dewdrop, but Piper Niven. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, her crappy name was dropped. Her old name is back. Piper Niven is back. And a bit of side note before we continue. Piper Niven was off TV for like ever since September. Reason why is because unfortunately she caught COVID, and like it was a really bad case of COVID, you know. But thankfully, but thankfully, she's all good now, and she was doing her thing, you know. So glad to see her back. Glad to see her healthy and 100%.
Me too.
Number 19 was Tamina. Uh,
Wow.
number 20. Oh, first, number 20. First off, I will admit, compliment, you were right about this person. According to rumors, number 20 was Chelsea Green. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. The reason why I'm laughing is because Chelsea Green being in the Rumble was a literal blink and you missed it moment, because she, as quick as she was in the Rumble, was as quick as she was out.
All right.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Green has broken the record for the shortest time in the Women's Royal Rumble match with 5. That's right, counted 5 seconds. Oh man! And I tell you what,
Right.
I think there was like a few people that were pissed off about it. I was laughing my ass off. Actually, funny enough, Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, her husband, freaking, he wasn't mad about it at all. If anything, he chose to go the optimistic way about the Rumble,
Exactly.
calling her a record breaker and whatnot.
Right.
But hey, he's a bigger man than me.
Oh wow.
Well, actually no, because I probably would have still been laughing at her if I was him.
No, I got you.
Yeah. Pretty much reminds me of that time where they were at, I think that they were either at some sort of reception or something, and Matt, oh man, this was cold blooded. Matt pushed her into the pool, and then took a picture with her, and ooh man, she was pissed, and he had the biggest shit-eating grin on his face. Oh my god.
Oh man.
I gotta show you the picture one day, man. It's hilarious.
Yeah, most def. Show it to me.
Anyways, number 21 was Zelina Vega, who was actually cosplaying for this event. Mortal Kombat, man, I ought to neck you.
Street Fighter.
Yeah. For those y'all fellow gamers like us, she was cosplaying as Juri from Street Fighter. It was a pretty good design too. If her design was looking unfamiliar, it's because what she was wearing is the design that Juri will be wearing in Street Fighter 6 that'll be coming out. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Anyways, number 22 was Raquel Rodriguez. Side note for Raquel Rodriguez, her attire was a shout out to Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yes.
Number 23 was Mia Yim. Number 24 was Lacey Evans. Before I go any further, niggas need to get off Lacey Evans' back, because let me tell you something. She is a good worker and she's a good wrestler too. It's just for some stupid reason they feel the need to constantly change up her gimmick or repackage her when it's not needed. Trust me, she had a good thing going that when it was working, when she was the lady. When she was the sassy Southern Belle. Trust me, that was working perfectly fine. They didn't need to have her embrace her military background, even though I respect it. Yeah, it wasn't needed. If anything, it was messing her up.
That's a fact.
But it's still good to see her. Number 20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Number 25 was Michelle McCool, who was actually sitting in the crowd. that had to be the funniest uh the funniest entrant, where the person was sitting in the crowd and then their music hits, and then they just randomly hop over the barricade and get into the match. Hilarious. Um, Number 26 was Indy Hartwell.
Oh yeah.
Number 27 was Sonya Deville.
Oh yeah.
Number 28 was Shotzi, another person who I was wondering what the hell has she been. You know, I mean, I know freaking she was put through the ring by Ronda Rousey, but she was never injured by her. But so like
Yeah, I
it's
was
like
wondering too.
yeah, but hey, it is what it is. Number 29 Nikki Cross, who's been in memes ever since she showed up at the Rumble, freaking sprinting away. The funniest being where they dubbed out her entrance with the Ultimate Warriors team. Biggest difference between her and the Ultimate Warrior is that with her running to the ring like that, she still had enough energy during the match. Whereas that fucker Ultimate Warrior would already be out of breath halfway down, before he even gets into the ring. And then finally, number 30, again, again, the humble man. I'm finding a hard time coming with the words, because once again, the humble man didn't miss, because his prediction was right again. Number 30, Nia Jax.
Oh yes.
And bit of funny thing about Nia Jax was that her music hit before the clock started.
Oh yeah, exactly. That was I don't know what to say about that.
Like that shit was so weird, but
Yeah, it was.
But doesn't matter. I'm still very happy to see her back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
And they still made her look strong, having every single woman who was still in the match eliminate her. So they still made her look dominant.
Oh yes, that is correct.
Then we're gonna go ahead skip ahead to the final moments to the match. In my opinion, the final moments of the match was a lot more nerve-wracking than the men's, and the nerve-wracking made it a lot better. So it was down to Asuka, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan. And the thing was, they all three of them went over the top rope, and they were on the apron. Then then Asuka sprays the poison mist, aiming for Rhea Ripley. However, she ducks and winds up spraying Liv Morgan. So now Liv Morgan's blinded, and then Rhea Ripley sweeps Asuka's leg, tripping her and eliminating her. Now it's just down to Rhea and Liv. Then Rhea spending too much time bragging about bragging and rubbing it in Asuka's face that she eliminated her. Then when she finally paid attention to Liv Morgan, honestly, Liv Morgan, just based on instinct, just hit Rhea Ripley with the code breaker. But and at this point, freaking Rhea was dangling, just hanging on to the ropes for dear life, and whereas a still blinded Liv Morgan was feeling around, doing the whole trying to get a feel for the surroundings because you can't see. To which then she eventually felt, what's his face, Rhea's hands, and then she started to punch away at them to try to make her release her grip, but then Rhea used her amazing core strength to skin the cat,
Right.
and hit Liv Morgan with a head scissors to eliminate her and win the match. And Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble, and this was very well deserved. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to Rhea.
Oh yeah, I don't like the fact that I kind of like
The
where
and then also a side note, Rhea Ripley actually broke Bianca Belair's record for the longest time in the Royal Rumble match, as she lasted 1 hour and 3 seconds. 1 hour, a minute, and 3 seconds.
yeah, that is correct.
Eh. Oh man, and I'm just hyped, man.
Me for Friday.
And
That's right. Outside of me.
what happened?
Outside, I didn't mean to see SmackDown. I mean, I'm hyped at the Royal Rumble. I mean, I meant to say what's gonna go on Monday as its outcome now and stuff.
Oh yeah, and whoever she chooses to face, I'm sure it'll be a great match.
Most def, because she belongs back in the championship picture.
Yep. Moving on, we have the main event: Roman Reigns against Kevin Owens for the undisputed Universal title. Now, for a side note, Roman Reigns came out with Paul Heyman and only Sami Zayn, because this was Sami Zayn's final test to prove if he was truly loyal to the bloodline. And
correct.
And this match was all right.
Right.
KO was showing the heart of a champion, but he eventually just couldn't get the job done, unfortunately. So it's then.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, my boy Roman Reigns acknowledged him. He's still the champ. Hell yeah.
But and of course, that I did get pissed because of him winning. However, my mood changed because after that, the rest of the bloodline came down and began to beat the crap out of Kevin Owens, to which Sami Zayn was looking concerned.
Oh yeah.
Then I think either Jimmy Uso or Solo Sikoa had handcuffs, to which then they handcuffed KO to the ropes, and then began to continue to tee off on him. And he's
oh yeah.
And Sammy's looking more and more distraught. To which then
that is correct.
To which then Roman instructed Sammy to grab a chair, and again he's hesitating. And then,
exactly.
But he eventually does listen and grabs a chair. To which then Roman was about to finish off KO and hit him with the chair, only for Sammy to step in front of him and try and talk him out of it. So,
exactly.
To which then Roman wasn't listening, and then he instructed Sammy to do it himself.
Exactly.
And then he basically tried to feed Sammy a whole bunch of lies about family and whatnot, and how KO doesn't care about him and how he does and how he should do this. Then all the while he began to put his hands on him and get up in his face and whatnot.
Yeah.
On some real bully shit.
was like one of the most craziest things. Oh my lord.
To which then, Sammy did pick up the chair, and then Roman did the most ignorant thing he could have done and it's obvious he hasn't learned his lesson from past history. To which he turned his back. To which then Sami Zayn cracked Roman in the back with the chair.
Oh yeah.
The reason why I say he hasn't learned his lesson is because the last time he turned his back to somebody with a chair, the same thing happened.
Right, exactly. Oh my lord, man! Like that whole thing. And did you see Jay leaving the ring?
Yes, sir. I was getting to that, and this whole thing was an emotional roller coaster, because after he hit him with the chair, he was full on apologizing to everyone, mainly to the Usos, to which Jimmy was pissed, and Jay was completely was so distraught and upset. You know,
exactly. He was
it was crazy.
Yeah, it really was.
And then Jay Uso Jimmy Uso and Solo, and then eventually Roman all proceeded to beat the crap out of Sammy. However, Jay did not do a thing. He did not lay a finger on Sammy. Instead, at first he was standing in the corner. He was just too upset to do anything, cause like his inner turmoil was just reached its peak, and he
exactly.
and he was just so upset.
Right.
Then it finally culminated because they eventually realized that Jay still hadn't done anything. So then
that's right.
So then they looked at Jay, to which Jay then walked out.
Exactly.
With tears in his eyes and everything.
Yeah, that was messed up.
And for me, the biggest reason why I feel that Jay did not attack and walking away is because if everybody remembers, Jey Uso was the first person to stand up to Roman. So,
right, exactly.
So, if anything, Jey Uso understands where Sam is coming from.
Right.
And I guarantee that even though him and Jimmy are still the Undisputed Tag Champs,
right, man.
He still, he still cares for Sammy.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you what, it's gonna be something serious to uncover and talk about on SmackDown, man.
Oh yeah.
Because after Jay walked out, Roman was even more pissed, yelling at. I think he was yelling at KO or Sammy, saying, "Look at what you did! You tore my family apart."
Oh, I think it was part 2 for a little bit. I was watching it.
Yeah. But yeah, he basically blaming them for tearing the family apart.
Right.
And honestly, when the shit hits the fan, I honestly think that Jey Uso is gonna side with Sami Zayn and eventually Kevin Owens. When Kevin and Sammy finally unite, because they're not gonna do it instantly because of everything that went down.
Exactly.
But the biggest reason why I feel that he's gonna do that is because when he initially was against Roman, it was just him by himself against Roman. But now, but now he has backup. So honestly, if Sammy doesn't face uh if Sammy
Word.
doesn't face Roman at WrestleMania, then I think the Usos are gonna drop the titles to Kevin and Sammy, something like that. But man,
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
well, man, yo, this was one hell of an emotional roller coaster, man.
Yeah, it really was. This Royal Rumble was a 50-50, and yeah, seeing Jay walk out, and plus Jay posted on Instagram saying he's out of the bloodline.
Yeah, I saw that, man. He posted the picture of him at the Royal Rumble saying, "I'm out."
Yeah, man, that shocked the shit out of me, man.
And my question is, if he's out, what does this mean for the Undisputed Tag Titles? Because still on SmackDown they're having the tag team title tournament. You know?
Happy, I mean, happy, right? I know what you mean.
And also freaking, in my opinion, Hit Row got screwed.
Yeah.
The
Not gonna debate you there.
Adam Pearce wanted to talk about everybody earning their shot, whereas Strowman and Ricochet didn't earn a damn thing, and were just put into that match.
Got you.
Hit Row should have got a bye like they deserved because they were supposed to face Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, and they should have got
Right.
a bye. But that's besides the point. Back to the pay-per-view, you know, this was an up and down pay-per-view, but
Right. That's crazy.
but you know, above all else, this was an enjoyable pay-per-view. So you know, I can't fully complain. You know.
I got you. To me, it was kind of a 50-50.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, my boy.
Yeah. But with that being said, that's going to do it for this edition of the Contracts. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boys. I definitely want to thank the Humble Man for coming through and kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Yeah, you know my man Cos Payton. You know we gonna do this shit every year, like Brutus. You know it.
Yep. And if y'all enjoyed this, hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And keep it locked as we're gonna be coming back at y'all with the predictions and results for Vengeance Day.
Yes, sir.
But until then, by way of Struggle Vision Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man, and we out. Peace.
Peace. We out this bitch.